Alright, traders, a very good morning to you all. This is Avril from the Tradepsyche, and I welcome you all to the post market analysis, outlook, and expectations from the market for tomorrow, Monday. So, in this video, basically, we'll discuss about how the markets can look on Monday. What are some of the crucial levels? What will be the change in OI data? We'll discuss the OI data in depth also, as Tuesday will be Nifty is a weekly expiry. We'll discuss on the options premium regarding that also, that whether the expiry can be trending or sideways. We'll also discuss multiple sectors like Nifty, IT, banking, auto, in order to look that whether we are going bullish or bearish on a broader market perspective, or on just the Nifty 50 is giving us the bullish or bearish vibes. So we'll analyze the market from a 360-degree view, from a complete holistic basis, right? Also in this video we'll discuss about the OI data, the change in OI data, and what bias we can form for the next week, whether we can see the markets going as bearish or bullish in the next week. All right, so stay hooked to this video till the end. I'm pretty sure that you will not go empty handed. You will definitely learn something. I'll try to keep this video short and not too much long, so that you don't have to give too much time to it to learn many things. All right, so let's start with as a ritual, right? Every time we discuss, let's start with the global news perspective. This is the weekly analysis video, not the daily analysis video. From global perspective, the USA has finally signed the document, right? The trade document, which was anticipated to be, to get signed the last week, but now USA has signed the document, and officially the tariffs on India have been reduced to 18%, which was earlier 50%, right? So the news came, Donald Trump tweeted, and the markets went bullish on Monday, right? It opened, I think, 1100 points up, and then suddenly it came to 700 points gap up only. So post that, we have only fallen, and yesterday on Friday, it was the first time we took support from 25,500, and we discussed this even in our Telegram group. I'll show you what we have discussed. I'll make you see that what we are discussing in the Telegram group. And post that, I think the markets somehow they got to know that yes, the deal will be signed officially on Friday or maybe on Saturday. But on Friday the deal got signed, and even before the deal getting signed, gift Nifty was up 200 points, right? Now you can see, as you can see, 176 points up, right? So on Monday probably we can expect a decent gap up, 150 to 180 points, right? So this is one positive thing from the global perspective in respect to India. I don't see any negative commentary from the global perspective. US and Iran talks are going on, and Iran has said that they cannot completely stop uranium enrichment. So that is slightly negative, but markets now really do not care about US Iran. They own Indian market specifically. They only and only care about how the economy is performing and how the stocks earning season is going on, because the pretty much we have factored everything, right? Every positive thing, whether if it is GST rate cuts, whether it is personal income tax rate cut, whether it is trade deal, whether it is even something India UK FTA agreement. So pretty much we have factored everything. So, and now the only thing which the market relies on to go bullish from here, to give a breakout above 26,300, is the earnings season. Why? I'll tell you. Because the valuations are still high, and the results which are coming in, they are still not justifying the high PE Indian markets are at, right? The mid caps are at 25, 26 PE. The Nifty is at 20, 21 PE, right? So the earnings should also be in that perspective. The earnings should also be coming like quarter on quarter 15%, 20% growth, year on year 20% growth. So the earnings should also be like that, correct? So from past 1.5 2 years, the top in the business cycle of India is going on, and the moment business cycle peak, bottoms out in India, I think that will be the moment when stock markets will aggressively go bullish, right? So this was the from the news perspective. let's straight go to our Telegram group. And by the way, this Telegram group is not you'll not be able to find this Telegram group because it's not a public group, it's not a free group. It has a nominal fees joining. I leave that link to the Telegram group in the description box below. Do check it out. If you are someone new to trading, you it's a very good opportunity for you to learn trading and to get into the world of trading. I know the general perception is not even a single trader makes money, but I'm a profitable trader. I am making money. So can you, right? It's just that it requires ultra level of discipline, and that's what we are teaching in this Telegram group. So if you can see, we anticipated that we are opening a gap down of 60-70 points. Then we posted this analysis that this is the range 25. If we break below 25,500, we can see a fall to 25. 100, right? And we also discussed that if at all we break above 25,850, and that's what we have been anticipating from past 3 to 4 sessions, but the breakout is not happening. And the change in OI, we also posted the change in OI, that what is the OI basis. We clearly mentioned that next major support, what do you mean by major support? That the markets can turn around at 25,500 is at 25,500. We mentioned this in the morning itself. We also discussed the FI index sense, and then we also post the participants OI, this OI data sheet, right? Post that we had the RBI MPC, and I posted my conclusion of the RBI MPC. Overall, a moderate RBI MPC. There was nothing negative, there was nothing positive, right? Then we mentioned that as for the markets, we are currently seeing, okay, the first half, in the first half, as we mentioned that the data is negative. If you can, if I go back to the Telegram group, I mentioned here that conclusion, these days this data is holding up the least level of importance. But still, to conclude, we can say that as clients are bullish, we can see a sideways to bearish markets. So the markets did exactly the same thing. And let me clear all these levels. I'll bring them back. The first session we opened somewhere around here, right? We opened somewhere around here. And the first session we saw a dip, and exactly at 25,500. We mentioned this in the morning, analyzing the OI data, that 25,500 can exactly anticipate, can exactly be a strong support. And the markets reacted in that particular way only. The moment we hit 25,500, we took a massive support, but this rally didn't sustain, right? And we again saw a dump from 25,650, which was the resistance. And what was happening, if you go to the early time frame, right? We have been stuck in a good range. Earlier we were stuck in this range. Now we got stuck in this range from 25,650 to 25,500, right? But we'll see that how did we break out, right? So we saw a dump, and then post that we mentioned that the markets are taking a support from 25,500, but still no bullish signs are emerging from the price action perspective. Unless we cross 25,800, we cannot go bullish, right? Then we posted fresh OI data change. Aggressive bulls have been added in last 30 minutes. And why this OI data, live OI data analysis is important? Because it tells you the bias where the markets are, right? And the moment we posted this, we also posted that signs of short covering are emerging, because I was monitoring the data personally, right? And we touched this trend line. I shared this price action, we touched this trend line. And we also mentioned that Nifty has formed a supportive trend line. We'll discuss this price action for the next week. All right. And post that, the theory which we always believe on is, if at all we are coming from a long bearish rally, never buy the first dip. Markets always bottom out using a pattern kind of like this. So if at all you go on the smaller time frame, for Friday's price action, you can see the exact same structure. The first rally, if at all just you consider this rally, this was the first breakout or the first pullback, which was kind of fake one. It almost retested, it formed a double bottom W pattern, and it did like this, right? I hope you are understanding the price action, what I'm telling you here, right? And the rise which came from 25,500, we mentioned that it is completely retested, and that's why we didn't even go long on the first pullback, right? And then we posted this price action wherein we anticipated that at 25,600, if at all we start going above 25,600, we might see a leg of short covering. So this exactly happened. We posted this message here and we saw a breakout above 25,600. We took breakout, retest and continuation, and we went till 25,700. And this was exactly which was being discussed in the group, and exactly we were guiding our traders due to this. And at the end of the day, around 250, we mentioned that good bullish data is finally happening. And then we posted that my personal stakes are on this price action. And after this message, after the markets closed, GIFT Nifty also closed above 200 points. So from this point of time, this point of level 25,700, markets will already be opening at 25,900, right? So yes, I think the price action was good, and this is what exactly we discussed. Then we posted market ending comments, and then we also mentioned that next week can be good in our portfolios. We have just one single trade, that is swing bullish. We carried the bullish trades, and then we ended the market. So this was exactly what was discussed in Friday's session in our Telegram group, and exactly that happened. And that's what happened in the markets as well. Now let's start the discussion for the next week, and let's go to the weekly perspective, right? Monthly we have already discussed, right? Because in our, I think, last weekly analysis video, it was the month starting. So let me just on a brief give you on a monthly perspective also. We went till 20 EMA monthly and we took a support. Earlier, I think in the last rally, we broke 20 mm, but immediately we took a support and we formed almost bullish engulfing candlestick. So now for this monthly candlestick, right, unless we break below 24,600, we will not see any fresh breakdowns in the market. We might, yes, come till this point, 25,000 and maybe 24,800 to again form a base to stay sideways for some point of time. Because why, I tell you, because we are almost very much near to the all-time high, and whenever we try to break an all-time high, it is not broken down. It will not break easily. If you see, this was an all-time high. We sustained for, I think, 8 to 9 months here. Then we went for a breakout. This breakout was retested and then a massive continuation, right? So probably we might also do this in the same way. We might also see a time correction of 8 to 9 months, and then we do a breakout and retest, then a final rally. This might be the course of action for Nifty 50. But if at all, if you see, we have been in a range for this from past, I think, 8 to 9 months. It's been almost a year of consolidation, right? So I think we are at a good place for a good breakout to see. Right, now let's go to the weekly analysis, and let's do the analysis for the next week. All right, from price action perspective, as of now, I am not seeing any negativity in the markets, because despite so much volatility, I'll make you see on the daily time frame. Despite so much volatility on the daily time frame, or on due to the budget, or due to the trade deal being signing on one day, I think on Monday, I think on the budget day Sunday, we went down. But on Monday, the trade deal was signed and we opened after going down. Let me take you to the daily time frame, and I'll make you see what was the kind of volatility we saw. Right, on daily time frame, we went till 24,500, correct, and then we took a pause for a single day, and then straight, everybody was thinking that okay, fine, yes, this was a inside candle and we'll break down and we will see the continuation. No, but the trade deal happened and we opened around 26,300, which was the all-time high level. So this was the range for the last week. It's a massive range, because each and every trader was into a deep consolidation mode, and the moment we broke down this range, each and every put sellers SL got triggered. They went for shorting the markets. They were playing for the continuation, but everybody was again surprised, right? So these are the markets, and even I was not able to anticipate this much of a gap up happening, because if this much of a volatile move comes, VIX is able to anticipate that. Why? Because VIX if this kind of move happens, VIX tells you VIX starts to rise above 16, 17, 18 levels. If VIX would have been above 15, right, then personally I would not have recommended strangles in the group, and personally I would also have would have not been in the strangles, right? But VIX was exactly at 14, 15. But now even in VIX, India VIX being 14, 15, if this much volatile moves can come, if these volatile moves can come, I think we need to be more cautious on the strangles front, right? So keeping that in line, it was a very very volatile week, and expecting that coming next week, it might be trending, and we might break out of the all time high soon, right? Now, since this was a event based week, I won't consider this as a valid level, but still the markets went till that point, the orders got created. So for me, right, unless this week's this week the coming week gets over, it makes its own range. The range for the next week will be this one only, unless and until we cross these two levels on the upside or on the downside, we cannot go positional bullish. Why? I'll tell you on the daily time frame. But for the markets, I'm telling you, for the markets, it is quite easier now to go on the upside rather than on the downside. I'll tell you why on the daily time frame. I'll tell you why. But if at all, what price action theory says is, if at all we see any wick on the upside or downside, markets have a huge probability to touch that wick. Now, in case of a wick on a single side, let's suppose we have this wick. In case of this wick on the upside, markets have a probability to cover this wick, but we have wick on both of the sides, right? So markets have a probability to cover them on both of the sides. So what will be the crucial level is closing of this candlestick, closing and opening of this candlestick. These are the only two levels which you need to take care of from trading perspective. 25,700 and 25,300 from my perspective. We'll 25,333. About 25,700, first level which you will see is 25,900, and above 25,900, 26,000. And I think let's not even take 25,900, let's take 26,000. 26,000 will be the last level of resistance. We'll see why from the OI data perspective, right? Why it will be the last level of resistance, and above 26,000 we can see a very good bullish trending rally. But my bias is on the bullish side for the next week. Why? Because we have officially closed above prior weekly high, but the prior weekly low is not above the prior weekly low, right? So still we have a probability of going down, but the bias looks on the bullish side, right? Why? Because we went down and we took a very good support at 24,500, and after this rally from 22,000, this was the first support and this was the second support, right? Might be possible that we might form a price action like this again. 26,000, we form a head and shoulders and then we break down this might be a possible price action. That's not an issue. But if at all this becomes a rally like this, right, then I think we are in a good shape. Everything time will tell. But what we can do here as traders is only analyze the levels and trade on the basis of that. So what we have analyzed as of now, if at all you want to go swing bullish, I think from weekly perspective, I do not see any sign of negative unless we break down below 25,300 or 25,000. The moment we'll start to break down below 25,300, we will go till 25,000. Any break below 25,000 will be dangerous for the markets, because 24,500 level of 24,500 will not be held anymore. We have taken numerous times, several times we have taken support from 24,500. If this time if we hit 24,500, we will not be supported. I think we're gonna see 23,000 level on the charts, right? Let's go to daily time frame, and for the upper levels and lower levels, I'm slightly confident on the bullish side, so I'm not giving you the lower levels. For the upper case, for the bullish case, 26,300, if at all we cross 27, the level of 27,000 will be a piece of cake. It will be easily achieved because we have been in a very very strong consolidation at this point of time. Above 27,000 we can see 27,500 and 28,000. And for the next week, if at all we start to cross 24,700, 25,700, and we close our daily candle about 25,700, 800, 900, all these levels, then I'm pretty much sure that the next weekly candlestick might be like this. The first aim for the next weekly candlestick is to achieve the prior wick level, which is 26,300. Above 26,300, as I mentioned, 27,000 will be a piece of cake, right? So on for the downside, I'm not giving any levels because the trade deal is officially signed. But I don't see any negative factor in the markets as of now, right? I'm analyzing the sentiment, I'm analyzing the charts. Soon we'll also analyze the OI data, right? All right. So now we have talked about these levels. So the prior daily high is 25,700, about 25,700, 750. If at all on Monday, which is tomorrow, we sustain in on hourly or 2 hourly basis, the first level which we will see is 25,820. Above 25,820, I don't think so that there is any resistance till 26,000, because this was a big candlestick, and there are no literal supports here, literal resistances here. See, understand this one thing from price action perspective. If the markets are very strongly rallying like this, they also have a probability to strongly come back, because there is officially no support formed in this rally. How the supports will be formed? If the markets go, sorry, if the markets go like this, hold at this point of time, then a rally. Then this is how a support is formed. And then when the markets will come back at this point, the markets will take a support. If at all it is a straight stretch rally, the markets, they do not form a support, right? So if at all you see, the prime example of this was a straight stretch rally. The only point we sustained around here is this support. The markets went straight. In this whole journey, there was no consolidation. So when the markets returned to its mean average, which was the level at what at which was the level, which was the zone which the markets took support, it was this zone, because the markets went in the consolidation mode at this point of time, right? So now if at all you take this example, this is a great support zone for coming years. The zone from 24,000 to 26,000, and if at all we might cross 26,300, the above levels will be opening up. But if at all it will be a straight breakdown, then a straight retest of this level, then we might continue a movement like this, right? So keep this theory in mind. If at all it's a strong straight rally, it also has a probability of getting retested on the upside. So why I'm not seeing, see, the price action I'm talking about is this one on the daily time frame, because if we start to go down, the markets sustain here. Markets really sustain for a long time here. Although the markets flushed the bulls here, so there are no fresh buying orders. But the moment we saw the gap up, I think it brought back the confidence of the bulls. So if at all we also start going down here, we will have the first support at 25,500. The second support we will have at the short covering level is at 25,100. So even if we cover this gap, which is created on the down on the daily time frame, we might have a support at 25,000. So I don't see the level of 25,000 breaking anytime soon. That's why I'm giving I'm vouching for the bullish price action. All right. So, and one more probability, this is not visible on the weekly time frame, but on daily time frame a gap is created. So if at all we break below 25,500 on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday or any point of time in the next week, we'll definitely cover this gap. First we'll go to 25,300, take us I don't think this 25,300 level, okay, it's a prior weekly opening. I think yes, it's relevant. There can be many orders pending. So let's go to daily time frame again, and the first, if at all we break 25,500, because that was the last point where the markets took support on Friday. So if at all we break 25,500 on Monday, we might go for the gap covering till 25,100. But ensure that if at all we break this, you trade this move but with a very low quantity, because the sentiment is bullish. But if the charts are going for a trap, the traps are generally very ferociously reverted. These traps only form for a couple of days or couple of hours. Ensure that you're not getting trapped into that zone. So ultra bearish, when will I go personally? When will I go ultra bearish? If at all we break 24,500, if at all we are breaking 24,500, and the signs of the break of 24,500 we will get when we will break 25,000, because that is another psychological level. If at all we break 25,000, I think the break of 24,000, 24,500 will be imminent, right? But I don't believe in that. I believe in data. I believe in what I see, right? So the price action on the daily time frame, what we are seeing is, let me make you see this. This is a very famous price action, and this will be covered by a strong candlestick like this. So what might be possible is we might see a strong daily candlestick like this. So this is a very famous price action. You can Google it. You can research about it. If at all, what this price action says is 3 week candlestick like this, back to back, and it is reverted by one strong candlestick. And this is practically possible for going on the upside also. If at all we see 3 week candlestick, weak bullish candlesticks like this, we might see a daily candlestick like this also. Whether it's on daily, whether it's on hourly, this is a price action, and we'll talk on Monday evening that whether this is forming on Monday session, with Monday session or not, right? So the levels we have discussed, I think on daily time frame, what detail we need to see was the gap. So the gap will be covered if at all we start breaking below 25,500 on the daily time frame. Let's go on early time frame and see that we have any detail or not. I'll remove all the levels and I'll try to make you see a trend line, wherein this trend line was coming, right? So this was a clear cut breakout from this level. And if at all on early time frame you want to see that earlier this part, the level of 25,670 was a good support. The markets were not closing below this level, but we broke down with this candlestick, and again we have come in that zone and we have closed above that level, right? So from hourly perspective also, 25,700 will be the crucial level. And let's discuss on the gap up opening. We might see a 150 180 points gap up. So roughly around we might open around 25 870 890. So the opening level might be this one, 860 870. I don't think, because this will be the ultra last resistance, and this is a very big candlestick. So the point which I was talking about is this is a very big candlestick, and the major part of this candlestick is above 25 866. So above 25 866 there is literally no resistance till 26,300. So this can be a beautiful trade for the next week. The moment we start crossing 25 850 860, you can take a bullish trade till 26,300. All right, traders, from let's go to 15 minutes time frame and discuss on the basis of opening that how really we can trade the week, trade tomorrow's day on the basis of opening. If at all we are opening a very big gap down, which I'm not probably seeing, wait for the markets to cover this gap. And generally these gaps, this is a gap, right? We have covered till this point, this is the gap only left. And generally if a gap has to be covered, it will be covered with another gap. The markets will open roughly a gap down, a panning fall till 25 100, and straight recovery. This is something which can happen in a case of very big gap down, right? But I don't see a gap down happening because things are looking bullish, sentiment is looking bullish from my perspective. All right, traders, so if at all we are opening a decent gap up, which I'm very pretty much sure we'll open, roughly around somewhere around here. So wait for some time. Don't, as soon as the market open gaps up, don't enter the markets. Wait for some time, let the markets cool off in the first half, or first maybe 1 hour 2 hour. Then as in when you see a 15-minute candle closing above prior 15 minutes candlestick, enter into bullish positions, give an SL of around this level, and trade the markets like this, right? So keep a buy on dips. I will be looking, or I personally I will be looking on buy on dips opportunity for Monday, if at all 25,500 is being saved. If 25,500 is being hit, even being hit, I'm not saying that it is being broken or sustained. Even if it is being hit, I will be out of the markets. So the only bullish trigger for me is any move above 25. This is see, now we have this resistance, right? We'll be opening roughly around somewhere around here. So markets might come and take support of this and then go like this. This is one probability, and the other probability is markets might sustain here and the breakout of this zone. Any breakout above 25,866, it will be a strong short covering rally, right? So this was the complete discussion on Nifty. On weekly perspective, we have officially closed our prior weekly high. From daily perspective, we have still not closed our prior daily high, but I think on Monday, I'm confident enough that we will close above daily high. We may close above prior daily high, and that will be a bullish trigger for the markets. Let's go to Bank Nifty. And Bank Nifty, once we have discussed Nifty, right, it is quite easy to discuss Bank Nifty as well. And because the price action which forms is basically the same. From weekly perspective, I think Bank Nifty, there's nothing much to discuss, right? If you remember the last discussion, we were discussing that this bullish flag and pole breakout can come. If at all this breakout comes, so you can target this much level on the upside. All right. So this is a pure bookish price action. If at all it happens, it will happen, right? So what level in the Bank Nifty you need to take care of is, I think, 60,400. That's it. And I think this level will be definitely cleared on the gap up. So we will definitely open above this level itself. And the only level which you need to take care of on the downside is the level of 60,000. If at all the level of 60,000, because it's a round number level, if at all we start breaking this level, or maybe because if at all we go more down, the stop loss will be very huge. So the level of 60,000, if someone is going bullish on Bank Nifty, take care of the level of 60,000, because the moment we will break 60,000, it will be again a psychological level breakdown, which the markets will see as a weak narrative, right? Below 60,000, we can see 59,600, and below 59,600, it will be a bloodbath for Bank Nifty, 59,000. And below 59,000, I think then again this weekly candlestick will be retraced and the markets will be poised for 58,000. Below 58,000, I think Bank Nifty will definitely crash. But I'm not seeing Bank Nifty also as a strong weak candidate that it will fall. But the only danger markets for Nifty and for the whole market is the break of Friday's low, right? If the Friday's low is getting broken down, I think then it's again a little bit tricky for the market, right? So for Bank Nifty, if at all we start going above 6,400 or 6,500, 61,000 will be a piece of cakewalk. Above 61,000, 61,800, 62,000, 63,000. That's it. Bank Nifty is the most easy index to trade. Okay, the no trading range for, I think, Nifty will be, let me tell you the no trading range for Nifty as well. No trading range, I think, let's keep all our traders safe. The no trading range will be from 25,500 till 25,800. Unless you break this range, do not take any swing or positional perspective. It's my recommendation, but at the end, you are the decision maker. So your money, your trading journey is totally in your hands. I can only guide you, and I can give you views from my experience. Because even however I analyze the markets, at the end it's only the probability which will happen, right? So let's go on early time frame and discuss that. If at all we open a big gap down, I think this area will be an area of volatility, right? So if at all we break below 59,600, I won't be personally interested in shorting the markets, because this gap can be covered very quickly and we can see a very quick rise also. I will be only interested in shorting opportunities only and only below 58,000. That's it. The moment now, because we might open roughly somewhere around here. If the market sustain, I will vouch for buy on dips in the coming week, right? Let's go and analyze Nifty IT. All right. So this is something the Nifty IT, after the news of Anthropic tool which we discussed, I think, in last to last daily analysis. The news of Anthropic tools coming to the IT world was taken as very negative by the whole IT industry in India specifically and even globally. So we made a high of 40,000 and we made a low of 35,000. For Nifty IT, it is very much easier to slip on the downside because literally it's a very big negative candlestick. So if at all we slip below 35,000, I think maintain a sell on rise approach for Nifty IT. If at all we slip below it, we might see 34,000 and 30,000. Any bullish move, any accumulation move will only come off 37,500 because it is more than 50% of the prior candlestick. Nifty Auto is also showing good, bottoming out patterns. If at all on weekly time frame, it's a good support from the downside weekly 50 MA. It's a good close on weekly time frame, but still we need to perform on daily time frame. So maintain pause approach for Nifty Auto unless we cross above 27,800 or 28,000 only. Above 28,000, you can roughly anticipate a new all-time high for Nifty Auto. Nifty Metal, a strong sector. Anyways, it was a very very strong sector. On daily time frame, it closed very well. On weekly time frame as well, it closed very well, around roughly 12,000. Keep a buy on dips on Nifty Metal. Small caps and mid caps. If at all you see, small caps were stronger than mid caps, and small caps have, they have closed our prior weekly high. And for small caps, right, maintain a pause approach as of now, but we have a strong resistive trend line coming from the upside. If this trend line breaks down, breaks out, this will be another, the same price action repeated, I think, in uh, uh, you know in the year of from 20 the consolidation we had from 21 end till I think so 23 end, and this was a bullish flag and pole pattern. And this small cap tries to form every time before a massive breakout. If this massive breakout comes, I think we might be in for the doubling of the small cap sector. But let's see how the sentiment forms, how everything forms. But as of now, maintain a pause approach unless we start losing above this one, 8,000, I think so 500 level. Let's keep it as 8300, 8400. If at all we start closing above this 8300, 8400, maintain a buy and dips on small cap. On mid caps, the story is same. Weekly closing is very good. Daily closing is also decent. We have formed a bullish hammer from the downside. Maintain a pause approach, but the moment we cross 22,000, maintain a buy and dips. Change that stance to buy and dips. All right. So from overall perspective, I think the only negative sector which we are looking at right here now is IT. IT can keep the Nifty 50 index subdued, but if at all Nifty 50 starts to blast because of the other sectors, IT will also see short covering because Nifty IT is also included in Nifty 50, right? So from my perspective, auto, metal you can see buy and dips, but auto be on pause unless we cross the mentioned level. Banks be on pause unless we close above 60,000. The moment, and we are very much close to closing above these specified levels. So maintain a buy and dip strategy for the overall market. Right, let's go and discuss the OI data, the change in OI data for the next week. In the for the next week perspective, I think the change in OI is addition of almost 3 CR longs and only 35 lakh of shorts, which is from my perspective it's a very bullish data, right? Open interest change in OI is we have seen a great bullish orders being added at 25,600, right? So 25,600 and 25,500 is a very good support, total open interest support for the coming 10th Feb expiry, and the last resistance is 25,700 and 25,800 because we will be opening I think 200 points gap up. So all these call sellers at 25,700 and 25,800 will get trapped and they will try to run. So what might happen on since it will be a very big gap up around 150 180 points, right? So there are two probabilities. I'll remove the levels. There are two probabilities here from the OI perspective. One, if at all we are opening around here, These call sellers, if these call sellers are institutions or these are pros, they will first try to bring the market down at least till prior daily lows. If at all, I would not have seen this data, right? I would have anticipated that the markets will not come down, but since we are seeing that there are a lot of call sellers will be trapped at the opening, they will first try to pull the markets down. This is the highly probable move. If at all they decide to take the profit, the markets will slightly come down or markets will stay at its place and again start a short covering. So the real decision is in their hands if they will try to bring the markets down, or they will book, or they will book and they will vouch for the bullish momentum, right? About 25,800, 26,000 will be the straight level, and once we cross 26,000, I think there is no stopping till 26,500. That's what I'm saying to you. And even people have unwinded from 26,100 and 26,400, and they have gone and added good bullish data at the money. So the data looks good and the data looks bullish to me. For all right. So here's the catch. Okay. In Bank Nifty, we have seen for 24th Feb, we are seeing more addition of shots, double addition of shots. So this is something really confusing. I think I was not anticipating this. Mm, not sure that how to, out of the 4 lakh, why people are bearish on banking. Not sure. This looks a little bit confusing to me. All right, what can we do? I was really expecting a good bullish data from Bank Nifty, but this is slightly bearish data. Or I think there's some glitch to this. Okay, I see now. What is the difference? I'll tell you. If you see, there's not much call unwinding. There's not much put unwinding from Nifty, but there's put unwinding from Bank Nifty, and this is what is reducing the number of put additions. All right. So for Bank Nifty, we have to be now a little bit careful, right? Still, I think from total open interest perspective, 60,000 is a good support. If at all we break 60,000, I think we will be poised for 59,500 as we discussed on the charts. But if at all we are sustaining daily candlestick above 60,000, which we have also closed, keep a target for 6,500 and 61,000. Right? The change in OI disappointed me slightly, but it's okay, because might be possible that these traders, these call sellers which have got added, they will get trapped, and the Monday the data for Bank Nifty will change around, right? All right, traders. So this was the whole discussion. This was the complete holistic discussion for the markets next week. I hope you have liked the analysis. We have discussed multiple sectors. We have discussed the OI data, and after discussing everything, I think we are looking good on decent. I think decent to bullish. I think we are not seeing anything very much of a negative other than this Bank Nifty's data, which we will get clarity on Monday itself. But other than Nifty IT, I am seeing each and every sector recovering from the bottom. So let's see on Monday, because the sentiment is bullish, the data is bullish for Nifty, and it is slightly bearish for Bank Nifty. But let's see that what actually we do on Monday post the gap up. Will the gap up be sustained, or will the gap up be will we go for short covering? Do let me know in the comment section. I hope it's a almost it's a 45-minute long video. I hope you have liked the analysis. If you are watching till this time, if you are watching till end, leave a like, leave a comment. If you have not subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel. Stay safe in the market. Cheers.